NXT has just gone off the air. NXT just went off the air. We're going on the air. This is Unpopular Review. We're going to talk about all the things about NXT. We had Lash Legend going against Nia Jax. We had an appearance from Joe Hendry. We had Fatal Influence being on the card. I can't wait to talk about them. And there's so much things to talk about. We had Dark State going against the super team of Femi, Javon Evans, Moose, and Trick Williams. We're going to talk about it all here on NXT. This is Unpopular Review. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, and we are going to talk about it all after the intro. You know, that intro always gets me. It's so great. It just seemed like a helicopter is flying with some amazing music. But this is the NXT trio. I'm one of your hosts, the Great Grand Slam Pooba, a.k.a. BadGuy Jack. I'm joined with the sensational Sabrina Estella, and we got Maddog Kelly, my trio. How are you guys doing? I'll give you the floor first, Sabrina. We try to have some order. Sabrina, how are you feeling? And then Maddog, how are you feeling?
I'm doing pretty good. NXT was pretty fun and amusing and interesting, to say the least, and we have quite a bit to talk about in the lovely world that is professional wrestling.
And I look forward to talking about it with you guys. Maddog, I know we took the week off last week, but we are here. We are energized. We're ready to talk about it. But Maddog, you was on the Monday Night Raw show yesterday, and now you are on the Tuesday night show. You are just 2-day Maddog. I think that's how we're going to call it.
2-day Maddog here at UPR. Hi guys, what's up? I gotta do the thing. Anyway, yeah. They called me up last night to help out, and it was a fun show. Me and Detective Consultant held that one down. Go check it out. It was a fun one. I also have my voice back, by the way. I lost it last weekend at SummerSlam. I don't know if you guys know, there was SummerSlam. I went to that twice, well, both nights, and I lost my voice there. So I'm glad we took off last week. So I have my voice back now. So yeah,
we weren't all 100%, so we all were quite busy.
I had no voice. I was screaming CM Punk, and I was singing Seth Rollins' theme song when he came in. I mean, yeah.
You mean the fact that he pulled the wool over everybody's faces and literally fooled everybody into thinking that he was legitimately injured, even though some of us...
He was. EC swears by it. We go watch last night, EC, and I talked about this, actually, Wrestling Doll, and he believes that Seth Rollins was officially hurt for a while. It wasn't that bad. And they said, okay, we're going to make it into a story.
Maddog, can I interrupt you, Maddog? I'm going to interrupt you. I'm going to do that. You know what your first problem was? Listening to the executive consultant. I mean, first off, his head is the shape of a Q-tip. So you should never listen to that man. I never listen to him. You know what I do? I have trained my ears to immediately go like this. So don't listen to him. What is he talking about? I feel bad that you had to even work with someone. I'm pretty sure your back hurts for carrying that show. And I know that your back hurts. You know why? Because this guy right here, MD, and there's a lot of numbers here. Forgive me, MD 89999. Didn't this Pooba guy have? Oh, I changed. Call me. I don't know if people know what Scott Pilgrim is, but call me Ramona Flowers, because you will never know what hair color I'm gonna have. I am constantly changing my hair.
Every other week.
I like that movie, by the way.
I know
it was a fantastic. Listen, I don't read books. I don't read books without pictures, and I read all 6 books, so I'm proud of myself. I remember when I usually have a big time issue when after third, because then I'm like, oh no, this is challenging, but it's a fantastic book. So read all 6 books, and I do recommend checking out. They have an anime on Netflix, so please check this out. George is in the chat. I can't wait to shit on you, George, because you're annoying. You're a terrible person. But I want to give a shout out to George, because he did say, although he was very rude in the chat, I do like to highlight good things. He did say he's going to get his first check this Friday, and congratulations to you, sir. And you deserve to get paid one George Samuel Lewis. So good for you. Matter of fact, why don't we get to the chat before we talk about some NXT? George is always the first one in the chat. He says, "What's up, everyone?" He said NXT was a solid show. I do agree. Jayne okay. Wow.
I think you are upset about this, right? I think you
are.
I think you are upset about this moment right here.
George is a terrible human being. He pretends to be your friend, but then he kicks you in the dick. But here we go. He says, Jacy Jayne getting pinned Kelani Jordon was awesome. He thinks he's hilarious. He's like 2010 Kevin Hart, if anyone gets that reference. He says Fatal Snooze is showing some cracks. They don't do any of that stuff because the system there, they don't allow that kind of activity going on. So I don't know what you're talking about, George. He said Fatal Influence versus Elegant Brand next week. And Fatal Influence, and we're going to talk about it all, but we want to get to the chat real quick. He says also Jacy Jayne, you're really obsessed with Jacy Jayne. It shows. You're a fan. You pretend that you're not a fan, but you're a fan. I know you have a Jacy Jayne shirt. You have the Jacy Jayne underwear. So, he's a fraud. Also Jacy Jayne versus Marsha Slamovich and Ash Ketchum for the TNA knockout. Oh no, that's Elegance. I'm sorry, for the TNA knockouts and championship. And you know what? She's probably going to beat them again. She's constantly winning. I'm in a good mood. Got a job working for Goodwill. I'm off work for 3 days. And Jacy, rude. But he also said he got his paycheck. So congratulations once again. Jeffrey says, "What up, NXT trio?" George says, "What's up, Jeffrey?" MD, he's a big fan of you. I do want to make sure I highlight this. He said, at Maddog is the hardest working MFer on this channel. He's on every show. I'm glad that you are getting the love and you deserve all of that. Maddog, can we get a bark? Come on, give him a bark. Come on, come
on. There you go. I'm trying to get my voice back still. It's hard.
And there's always the option of getting sound effects of a dog barking.
We should get that going.
We should do that.
We should definitely work on that. We'll definitely be careful, BadGuy Jack. Don't want you to get fired. They're not gonna fire me. Not before the day of next week is my birthday. You don't get fired before your birthday. First of all, Q-Tips is a great rap. Yeah, he is a great rapper, but I was talking about the thing that cleans your ears.
Oh,
it's only 3 numbers. Element. Well, anything more than 2 numbers work me up, MD. This man takes his love for skills a little too far. I'm sorry that you just like original oatmeal. Like this guy, why is he even watching the show? We don't need you. He thinks he's horrible. But you know what, Sabrina, Chris ruined everything. We're gonna stop doing the chat because he ruined everything. Chris, it's a sensational Sabrina Estella. Please take over because Chris ruined the chat. I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to highlight your chat, but Damien, we're gonna highlight him. He says, "Shout out to the NXT review show panel. How you got?" I like this guy. This guy's fantastic. He deserved a Jack Pack anniversary shirt, but the executive consultant has been sitting on his unflattering ass, and that's why we don't have no shirts. And I apologize for that, folks, because he's the laziest individual in the world. But Sabrina Estella, take the floor because, God damn it, Chris ruined everything. So please go ahead.
Well, we started off NXT, and they recapped everything we got to see. Everything that happened last week, and they showed a whole lot of Dark State back there. And we also got some earlier today footage of the NXT Tag Champions along with the general manager, the final boss of NXT, Ava, and she promises that they can get their hands on Dark State, and it's got to be at Heatwave, and she needs them not to interfere tonight. However, they think that she's winking at them, and they promise sarcastically that they're not going to do anything to them tonight. And then we cut back to the present, and then we get our first match of the night, which is Lash Legend versus Nia Jax, a.k.a. since Nia Jax is not doing anything prominent right now on the main roster, let's bring her down to the NXT roster and have her beat the ever-living hell out of Lash, because Lash is too over in NXT and we need to bring her down a bit for whatever reason. I don't know. Don't ask me, because it makes zero sense to me. But the match was good and Lash was able to hold her own, especially since Nia is used to just being able to throw people around. But when you go somebody up like Rhea Ripley, who's super muscular, or someone about close to your size like Lash, you got to put in the work in. But in the end, with the bonsai drop, Nia beats Lash.
Maddog, you want to take the floor? Do you have any opinions on this match?
Yeah, this was a hell of a match. I really thought Lash was gonna win, put one over on Nia. I'll be honest with you. I really thought they were gonna send her to the moon. A popular superstar used to say that, by the way. I think he's no longer with WWE. Yeah. I'm glad you guys caught that. And now they're pushing Lash, and now apparently they're not pushing Lash anymore. So I don't know what the hell they're doing anymore, but yeah, they have nothing for Nia Jax on the main roster, so give her, I guess, into NXT, and makes no sense. None of it makes sense, but I really wanted Lash to win. That's how I feel. I think Lash should have won. Would have been big for her to get one over on Nia, I think. So.
My thoughts about this. I thought the match was pretty solid. Like, it would have been cool if Lash won, and I get that. But I think that it shows where I feel like it shows that they have confidence in her going in a match against someone like I'm sorry, I almost mixed the names up, against someone like Nia Jax, who's very well established, and I think Nia Jax should have got the dub here. Like, she's the individual who's on the main roster. So, like, and even the way that she won, it took 2 bonsai drops. Like, there was the one where, like, she fell on her, and then she hit another one just for just to be sure that she gets the dub here. I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that very much. So I think that at the end, Lash still looked pretty good. I do hope that they run it back. And so when I saw this match, I was saying, so next week is Heat Wave, and I'm going to talk to you guys, and I'm assuming that we're going to review that on Sunday. That would be the day after my birthday. So I want everyone to know that next week is my birthday. So on next week's Tuesday, I want everyone to bring some tacos, because we are celebrating. It is the taco extravaganza, and I want everyone to have tacos. And if you don't eat tacos, don't show up, but hit that like button anyway. But I do hope that they run it back, and I do hope that Lash get the dub here. But I still, my point is sitting here, all seriousness is to sit here and say that I thought Lash still looked good in defeat, and I feel like someone put that in the chat when they were saying that she looked pretty good in defeat. So, it was fine. It was fine to me. I felt like I would say anything else, I would just be talking for another 5 minutes. But I thought it was fine.
Well, the match is fine, and then next Tuesday we're gonna have the Great Grand Taco Slam for the Great Grand Slam Pooba. So there is that.
The taco extravaganza. The executive consultant, you're not. I want everyone to know, executive consultant can't be here. If he's here, open the door. George, no, not George. I can't depend on George. Jeffrey, I know Jeffrey's here. Jeffrey, open the door and just yeet him out the door. You hear me, executive consultant? You can't be here. Boom. I'm done yelling.
Anyways, we had Thursday being interviewed backstage, and Dion Lennox is talking about how they're hungry for opportunity, and now they're in the main event against 4 of the top men of NXT and TNA. And Cutler talks about beating ass again and again, and Shaquan Sugars adds that tonight they're going to cut the head off the snake, and they're going to leave Hank and Tank about 20 pounds lighter.
I think I missed this thing. I know, like, and I felt like it was later, right? It wasn't on this particular segment, right? Where they are dressed like janitors and they were cleaning out like a room or something like that. That was later, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That was later. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was funny. Yeah.
What else do we got here? One, Sabrina Estella.
So we have Chelsea Green and her secret Hervis. They have arrived to do some talent scouting of some sort, and she approves of Callie Armstrong and Karen Petrovic, and to the sense of not being picked for whatever it is that she's doing. And Hank and Tank come in and scare them for a bit, even though Piper's looking a little intrigued, like, what's going on over here? And she freaks out and they leave, but she gets in Kendall Gray's face, first of all calling her Kendall Blue and then almost calling her Kendall Gray.
Yeah, I heard that. I thought it wasn't. I was like, wait a minute, that's not right. That's not right.
I appreciate Mad Dog for saying that's not right, because for me, I was like, oh.
I thought it too. I was like, wait a minute.
I was like, I don't know if that's the right color, but I believed it. But I'm sorry, Sabrina, please take over.
We already have quite a few blues in wrestling. I mean, we have Guy Blue in the other company, and we have Jordon Blue, an indie wrestler. Mm-hmm. But going through Kendall's record, she decides you will be facing off against Alba today, which it was Alba's birthday not that long ago. So,
oh, good for her. Oh, she's in August. August has literally the greatest amount of people. I don't know if people know this, but I'm not even BSing people. You can Google this. I share the same birthday as Kobe Bryant. So like we literally have August has the greatest individual of people on there. And I forget when Michael Jackson's birthday. I think it's like the 29th or something like that. But my point is August just we're the best. I'm sorry. But if you're a Virgo, you're the best. Because I know one, Sabrina Estella, she is a Virgo. So I sit here and say, we are the best. Just literally the best sign ever. So I don't care what sign you are. You can speak loud all you want, but all I hear is static from 2001 radio. So please don't waste your time. Sabrina Estella, take the floor. I'm so sorry. But I just want to sit here and say, we're the best sign. I don't care what sign you guys are, because the only sign that matters in life is stop. And I know that because I live in New York, but please take the floor, Sabrina.
Well, we'll stop right now. Thank y'all very much. If you know what I was referencing, you know. And if you don't, you're too young.
You're young.
Anyway, we have Charile Dempsey going up against Joe Hendry. And we had in our chat, our personal chat, with this one down here saying that he hopes that Joe Hendry wins. Otherwise, basically, what's the point? In what world was Charile Dempsey going to win against one of the most over people in professional wrestling right now?
Well, I found out from a couple weeks ago from you guys up there, by the way. Check these guys out every Tuesday with me. That apparently Charile Dempsey is the son of William Regal, who has a lot of influence and power.
Holy shit, he is
within WWE at the moment. So you always think Charile Dempsey could William Regal could give him kind of a push. Thank God that didn't happen though. So,
they gave him a slight push in the beginning, and then they pushed him to work with Drew Gulak, and we all saw how that went.
Yeah, boring. But yes, I
mean,
that's why I wanted Joe Hendry to win.
Somewhat entertaining now because of Ren Sinclair. Anyways, I mean, match was fine. A good back and forth here and there. Wasn't really all that entertaining to me because, no offense to those that actually like Charile Dempsey, I don't know how many of you that is, but he bores me. And so when Joe Hendry beat him with the standing ovation, I was happy to see that.
I just felt like this was a match just to have Joe Hendry on the card. I mean, last week I know we wasn't on the air, but I mean, bro literally came out of a refrigerator. So, I thought that was actually pretty hilarious. Like, I'm scared to say this man's name. Like, you guys don't see it. Like, you see the camera right here. My bed is right here. I don't want to say this man's name because I'm scared that he would come underneath my bed, and I that stuff terrified me. But yeah, no, I just think there was a way to get him on the card and someone to beat, and Charile Dempsey. And I like Charile Dempsey. I know you were saying that earlier, and you said you're not a big fan of his. I like Charile Dempsey. I like his in-ring work. I like what he can do. I mean, he reminds me of his dad, like William Regal. I mean, William Regal had a little bit more character than his son, but I still see the resemblance. And you know, I'm not gonna say like, man, I'm a diehard fan, and I have like 18 shirts in my. This is my dresser here, guys, right here. But you know, I don't mind him. I think he's a great worker, and I think this is a way to just give Joe Hendry some. So I don't watch TNA. I just want to throw it out there. I just don't watch it live, so I don't know what his win.
Every so often.
Cool. I know that.
I try and catch it when I can too, especially when Jacy Jayne's on the card.
You know what, Mad Dog? You won me over, Mad Dog. You know what? You're not Mad Dog anymore. You're Bad Dog. Everyone greet Matt Bad Dog Kelly. He's Bad Dog Kelly. Hello. But yeah. No. We got no. Don't do that again, please. Let me help you. You know what a dog sound like? Let me hear it. Woof, 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 woof. That's what you gotta do. You gotta put some bass into that. Now I scared my cat. See what you did? No, you scared. Now you scared my cat away. You scared my cat away, Mad Dog. You got to work on that. Don't you scare my cat. But no, I just think this was a great way to get him on the card and also build momentum on him, because I know in the last pay-per-view, I want to say Slammiversary was the last pay-per-view, he lost. So I don't know what his, and I feel like he lost again to oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm blanking on his name. He was in a triple threat as well. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on my man's name here. But I felt like that's also a way just to get him a win. I'm sorry, I can't think of his name at the moment.
Whose name?
Charile Dempsey?
No. He was on a triple threat in TNA. I'm sorry. Oh my God, Santana. I'm sorry, Santana.
Yeah.
Santana. Thank you. I see. George said Mike Santana. Yes, I want to say he lost to him recently in a 1-on-1.
Yep.
So I just feel like this is a way to just give him a win and just give him momentum. But Mad Dog, do you have any thoughts about this match?
Yeah, of course. Joe Hendry was on the card. It's always amazing to see the best, most overpopular wrestler that Randy Orton handpicked opponent, by the way, at WrestleMania 41. By the way, that's another tidbit that I'm not sure if everyone knows about. But either way, Randy Orton did pick Joe Hendry to wrestle him at WrestleMania this past year. And it was great to see him. It's always great to see Joe Hendry on my TV.
Fantastic.
I won, by the way, because I did not want Charlie winning. Charlie is so boring.
Okay, it seemed like I'm the only one who's kind of like I'm fine with him, but okay, that's cool. That's the beauty about professional wrestling.
He's okay in the ring. That's the thing. The movesets, everything else, he's fine. But the whole story and the whole thing, like Wrestling Doll was saying, it really is Ren St. Clair, and we even myself and EC talked about that last night. That Ren St. Clair was kind of pushing that whole faction together, and she was really over. And they should push her. So go watch last night. We talked about her as well. So.
Mad Dog, I gotta ask you real quick here, Mad Dog. Yes, I love that. I love that you was on the Monday Night Raw show. But are you having a good time here? Are you having a good time with the NXT? Me and the sensational Sabrina Estella, because I'm hearing a lot about this Monday Night Raw show, and I think Monday Night Raw is great. You have the last daddy, Steve. You have when he could show up. I almost said William. Jesus, I don't even know who the hell William is. But Will, and every now and then, because I know you guys have to carry the executive consultant, and one day the executive consultant will be good on his show, and I pray for him. I'm pretty sure everyone's back hurts. I wish that we had some kind of thing for us for our backs. But I'm hearing you talk about like this Monday Night Raw show stuff, and you're here on the NXT show, and we're the best. Say with me, Mad Dog. We the best.
We are the best.
Thank you.
But I wanted to go help. Everybody else.
You know what, Mad Dog? Stop. You know what? That's your problem. Stop helping people. That's my problem with Captain Planet. He tries to save this planet. Please, just leave us alone. But now, let's move on. What do you got here, Sabrina Estella? Because Captain Planet pisses me off. But let's go. And don't you guys in the chat tell me y'all like Captain Planet, because you don't. Name me a villain that's not. See, Maddog don't even know who Captain Planet is. He don't even know who this is. I love this from Mad Dog. But go ahead, Sabrina Estella. What do we got next? Let's go.
Well, let's see. After that, we had Kelani and Lola Vice in the back talking in the locker room, discussing what the match means to both of them and the fact that they both want an opportunity to go after either of the titles that are being held by one current NXT champion at the moment.
At the moment? How dare you say it like that?
Actually,
you know,
she's two-belt champion.
No, Sabrina, Sabrina, can I take the floor real quick? Because I know you was gonna say it, but I got you.
To Jacy, motherfucking Jayne.
That was
That's right. The people wanted it. Go ahead, Sabrina.
Once again, by the way, just letting you know who's awesome.
They're talking about how the match is important to both of them. How Lola's mentioned that she's been going up, doing well as far as like, especially from working in AAA and everything that's gone on, and Kelani's talking the same. And they're about to go at it, and Jada comes in and she's like, "Ladies, listen, I'm betting on y'all tonight for this match that you two have against Fatal Influence. But as far as the NXT Women's Championship, I got next."
And she's gonna lose. Like, what are we doing here? What are we? You know what? I'm gonna save my energy here, but I do want to sit here and say, because you know, I know everyone wants to join in the chat, and I love that. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. But said he's laughing. Jeffrey is lying when he says Captain Planet was a show. Clearly, he's lying. He's a rebel without a cause. You know, Chris, I don't believe into anything. Chris walked the bridge with Martin Luther King, so of course he know who these characters are for Captain Planet. George said Captain Planet was the best show and it's educational, and that's the problem. Duke Nukem is a video game character. Get the fuck out of here, bro. He's lying.
They made a movie off him once.
Yeah, Duke Nukem is a video game character, but Sabrina Estella, she's leading the show. Everyone give a round of applause for the sensational Sabrina Estella. Please continue to take over. I just want to hit the chat because I see you guys in the chat. But I do want to say here, MD, I like this guy. This guy is my best friend now. He says, in fact, does suck, but it was iconic. I don't agree with that last part, but please take the floor. I have something in my eye. Wait, did I freeze?
No, I don't know. I think she.
Oh, this is great. Now y'all leaning on me for this stuff. This is tremendous. Like this show might have officially gone off the rails because she has left. Mad Dog, she was frozen. I didn't realize that. I thought I had something in my eye. That's what I said. Hey, I froze. Mad Dog, do you know what was next on this show?
No, I don't remember, but I do remember they had a match later on in the night. That was really good. So,
you know what? You don't even have to do it.
Jayne on it, so
you don't even have to worry about it. She's back. Sabrina, Estella, thank goodness that you are here because we were both frightened. But Sabrina Estella, please take the floor. Did I freeze again?
My internet is stupid.
Okay, no, she's there. Okay, cool. Okay, please take the floor.
My internet is being stupid. That's what it was.
You good. I just want to make sure you're there. Take the floor.
Yes, no, I am fine. But after we get all that with the girls, now we get Briggs on the mic in the ring in front of the NXT universe. And he says that the crowd's boos mean nothing because he sees what they cheer. And Yoshiki Inamura, he says he came back for him, but all he cared about was his plan to win the NXT championship. That he tried to be a good friend and make him a champion, but he failed because he lived by a stupid code of honor, and there is none in NXT apparently. He's not a man of honor, he's a man of mayhem, and he should be champion, but because of Inamura, he's not. So he challenges him to a Philadelphia street fight next week. And here comes Inamura. And he says, Briggs is, how do you say it in English? Jackass. And he fights his way with honor. With the whole crowd chanting that Josh Briggs is a jackass.
That's funny.
He follows the rules. But in a Philadelphia street fight, there are no rules. And the honor will be in beating Josh and blindsides him and sends him to the floor, but gets cut off as security comes in to break it up. He chops Briggs to the floor, dives, a splashing dive into him, slides back his side, and rips the shirt open to show off his physique.
Let me ask you guys, how do you think this match should go next week? Do you think that Josh should get the dub here, or should we give it to Inamura? And I'll give it the floor first here, Mad Dog, and then Sabrina. Please take the floor. And also, too, in the chat, right? And the chat, please join in. But go ahead, Mad Dog.
I think Josh Briggs should win with this, but I don't think he's gonna. I think Inamura is gonna end up winning. But I personally want Briggs to win to keep this feud going. But it doesn't feel right now, even with the street fight, it doesn't feel complete. There needs to be some sort of closing to this rivalry that they're just trying to start building. I feel like after the whole he left the calling and blah 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 whatever, so I feel like it's kind of like Briggs needs the win more than more, but I think Inamura is gonna end up winning just to keep this feud going.
Okay.
There's a few things that I had to say. One, Briggs was never in the calling. Brooks Jensen was in the calling.
Okay, so I get them confused.
Listen, here's the difference. One of them looks like he's homeless with his facial hair. The other one does not look like he's homeless with the facial hair.
Jesus, Sabrina Estella. Goodness.
Wow, you're starting to sound like Big Daddy Cool when he talks about Sami Zayn. By the way, she's Big Mama Sabrina. Oh, okay. I'll shut up.
Listen, I am not the only one who has ever said and or thought that Brooks Jensen looks homeless with the hair that he has grown out. But anyways, I think they're going to give the win to Inamura because in NXT they tend to book the Japanese talents a lot more better. And other than Io Sky, what Japanese talent is getting a good ass booking in the main roster? And nobody can say Julie because yes, she is our women's U.S. champion. However, the title run has not been the best. She's put on a couple good matches, but the way they booked her, it's not been the greatest. So, who's been booked decently as far as a Japanese wrestler that is not named Io Sky in the last year and so? What about
Asuka?
What about?
I believe
Asuka just came back, so I think that
and she had great matches.
I think she was just saying in the last year, but Asuka has been well done, well protected and well booked.
Talked about last night. Again, go watch that
show. Mad Dog. Let me tell you something, Mad Dog. Mad Dog. Mad Dog. Hold on. No. Mad Dog. What is today? Chat. What is today? Come on, chat. What's today, Mad Dog? No, you're laughing. I don't understand. What's so funny? Am I Kevin Hart on stage? Am I humoring you? Today is Tuesday. You keep talking about that Monday show because you saved the executive consultant's ass. And you know what? And I appreciate that. Because the executive consultant's ass needs a lot of saving because it's just unflattering. And right now, you keep talking about Monday Night Raw. You are on the Tuesday night show. You said,
but I do have to shout out all of the shows here on Unpopular Review.
No, you don't.
Just like how you have a news show and entertainment on Sundays, good sir. See, I can put you over too. Yeah. See, yeah, you're smiling. You know what I did there. I gotcha.
God damn it, Mad Dog, you're good.
Thank you.
But we're gonna do a commercial. You are fantastic. I see what this Matt MD 8999. There's 3 9s, right? 3 9s. 8. I'm just going 3 9s MD. I see what he sees in you. You are fantastic. Good job, Mad Dog. God damn it, that's good. But we're gonna play a commercial because I need a breather because I want to yell, but I need a moment to catch my breath. I think we have commercials there. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna play this commercial.
This was another good match. Why do you look at me like that? No?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. This guy at Cesaro, where'd they find him? What Burger King parking lot did they find this man and put a mask?
They threw a mask over him and said, "Good luck."
Oh my God, this guy looked. Chris, come in here. This is ridiculous. This man looked like a sandbag the entire match. I feel sorry for Swerve Strickland that he had to put up with this bump. Jesus Christ, he's terrible. I'm not
gonna
say with Don Callis on commentator, no less.
Terrible.
I'm not gonna say he's the best wrestler, but there were some good offensive moves that he did with Swerve.
Oh my God, I don't know.
Honestly,
maybe I need to get my. Hold on a second. I might need to check.
Honestly, this wasn't even the biggest part of the match. Was the match? It was the after.
The biggest part of the match was that Cesaro. This guy's a big zero. He's got zero in his name. He's a bum.
I mean, who told Steven to go back on the AEW show? Because if you bring him on there, he's just going to dog everything about it for the entirety of the time he's on there.
Yep.
Welcome back to watching NXT Tuesday with the NXT Trio, an unpopular review. The Great Grand Slam Poobah, Sabrina Estella, and Mad Bad Dog Kelly.
I guess I have a new name.
Listen, when you're here, you get to be. You might go through name changes here and there. I went through about 4.
I went through like 6 gimmicks, kid. So like, yeah.
Okay, it's good to know.
What we got next? One sensational Sabrina Estella.
Well, we have a little sit-down interview with Jordon Grace. She said, "I admit that Mariah May Monroe was right. I spent most of my life avoiding mirrors, and it's not because I don't think I'm beautiful. I just had a hard time seeing it, and I fight that voice in my head that I'll never be good enough no matter how hard I try. And that maybe she thought she could understand Monroe, but now she knows they share the same weakness and feels the need to tear down other women to stand taller. And this resonates with me because I felt like that for a while. I didn't feel ugly, but I didn't feel pretty. I always felt average." And she says, "To all the little Jordans watching, remember that real strength doesn't feed on someone else's weakness." And I'm going to step in the ring with Mariah May Monroe at Heat Wave to remind everyone that there is no one way that a champion looks. Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
I'm sorry. Like when you said it, like at first it kind of went over my head until I was like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Then we get to Mariah May Monroe in Ava Rain's office, where Ava says, "Because you embarrassed Jordon last week, the way that you did, even though Mariah's like, I didn't do no such. Because you embarrassed her last week, next week the match is set." And we get her saying biased match and then walking away. And
Ava is awful. She's terrible at her job, but carry on. Everyone knows how I feel about Ava. She doesn't. I feel like
she's the NXT boss. She's fantastic.
Okay, but like
she runs a better show than Adam Pearce does on Monday Night Raw.
What are we even Mad Dog? What are we even talking about? I color outside the lines. Who cares? What are we even blabbling about?
Battle
here?
For the GM spot for the Slammy Awards at the end of the year.
And you know who I vote for?
I vote in that award show.
I'm voting for Eric Bischoff. And I'm voting for Eric Bischoff. So how you doing?
Eric Bischoff isn't even a person this year. I mean,
what do you mean he's not a person? He exists. What is he? Does he classify as a robot? What are you talking about?
Current GMs.
What are you talking about, Mad Dog?
Okay, so if you want to count TNA, that other guy, by the way, who just lost a couple of weeks ago, I forget his name,
Santino Marella?
Yeah, the director of Authority.
Yeah. Him.
That's who I would vote for.
I guess you can count Ava. I guess you can
she
count.
Is
Ava is not even in Ava.
And Adam Pearce.
Ava's, please. What are you?
Of the brand.
You are just spreading like
I'm not
nonsense in it.
I am telling me when I'm telling lies. One of my favorite wrestlers.
And I'm telling you right now, you are refusing to listen. You are listening. You are not. Mad Dog, you are television. Mad Dog, you are not listening to me. You are not listening. You are bad dog. Bad dog. Matter of fact, I wish I had a newspaper right now. I wish I had a newspaper. I don't have nothing. But I would right now. I would do like this. Bad dog. But go ahead. What do we have next? I'm not voting for Ava. So please.
I am.
Remove. No. You. I said this is my best friend. He's no longer my best friend. You know what? I have a video. Can I play the video clip for people who have done me wrong? Thank you. Give me a minute. I have clips right here.
Hey, you know who lives in this house? A great big phony. That's right. A phony lives here. A big fat phony.
I couldn't wait to use that clip so much. But Sabrina Estella, please take the floor. MBDA, I'm very disappointed in you because I wanted you to be my best friend, but you lied to me. But Sabrina Estella, take the floor.
I'm gonna wait till you two go at it again so I could eat the snack that I have with me, like in the cartoons. But anyway,
we are frenemies.
We are.
We get
no,
a
not you.
Recap of what happened on TNA with Fatal Influence being interviewed backstage. And while Jacy is talking, Fallon Henley cuts her off and says, "We've already beaten Kelani, Jordon, and Lola Vice, so we have nothing to fear."
She's right.
And Jacy takes a jab at her for answering her question and tries to put a positive spin on it as if taking some contenders out of the mix. And we see footage on the TV behind them of their various rivals in TNA throughout the building, and they're bickering about it briefly. And we get Lainey Reed showing up to wish Jacy luck on her way out. Notice she said it to Jacy.
Good.
What does that mean? Good.
Anyways, after that, we get Femi telling his teammates tonight that there will be none of this "can we coexist" BS. That they're not just 4 men, they're the alpha species they're the alpha males of the species. Moose agrees, saying, "We don't gotta be friends to whoop Dark State's asses." And Javon says, "He's up for whatever." Trick just remains quiet for once. For once, he's got no words until 5 seconds later. And he steps forward to say, "You all gonna be taking L's to me soon enough," when Hank and Tank walk through the background, spraying for bugs. And Robert Stone is shooing them out of the room. I was thinking to myself, that is the most random thing in the entire thing.
That was random. I was like, what the hell are we doing?
By the way, is also some sort of TNA authority as well. I found this out a couple of days ago.
He was He was working with the very controversial Tessa Blanchard, but he has a assistant role to the GM in NXT alongside Stevie Turner, the streamer wrestler that never really quite made it onto the main roster of NXT.
Oh, you're talking about Robert Stone, right? I'm sorry, I just want to be sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that is good to know. So he won't be part of the Slammy voting. Got it.
He should, because I'm not voting for Ava. I'm letting everyone know right now. I am not voting for Ava. Ava has done everything to make Jacy's life miserable, and I don't understand why when Jacy has done a fantastic job. Let me talk to you guys in the chat. I want to talk to you guys in the chat. I want you guys to listen to me. So I want you guys to shut up. So I want you guys to understand. She is a double champion. She was doing double duty, and this woman has done everything to have made Jacy's life miserable, and I don't understand why. I don't get it. I can't wait to talk more about how I feel, because I am upset that Jacy has been mistreated. I think it's an injustice. Hashtag justice for Jacy. If I could, I would flip a quarter and hope it hits someone in the knee shin. That's all I got for you guys. But what do we got here? One Sabrina Estella, because I am right now. I'm kind of hot right now because I am very upset, and it's not because of the weather out here in New York. I'm upset. And I am sweating right about now. So please take the floor.
Well, speaking of the Great Grand Slam Pooba being upset, we had Fatal Influence versus Kelani, Jordon, and Lola Vice. I unfortunately had to say that first part because I knew that this was the reaction we were going to get after saying this match. But I mean, we get women's wrestling, so that's always a win for us, women's wrestling fans.
I agree.
And if any of y'all think that the internet wrestling community is crazy and picky and shit, the women's wrestling community, the women's internet wrestling community is a lot more. But anyways, it was a good back and forth. We had Fallon and Kelani start at the match. It was a good back and forth, some chops here and there from Fallon to Lola. Jacy gets in there. Lola gets the better of her. They go back and forth. Fatal Influence is in control for a while. And Kelani comes in, sunset flip, keeping Jacy off balance with some elbows, gets a face breaker in with the lariats. And they keep going with the back and forth. And with the split-legged moonsault, Kelani pins the NXT double champion.
Maddog?
Yeah, this was a good match, and I thought Fatal Influence was great in this match, by the way. I also think Kelani Jordon was great in this match, and honestly, it makes sense for Kelani Jordon to pin Jacy Jayne, because when Jacy Jayne does get the call up, I'm hoping she finally does, because it's been happened, then it didn't happen, then it happened, then they made her champion. This is what I'm really pissed off about. And if BadGuy Jack is a real fan of Jacy Jayne, then he would know about all the what I've been following for the past like 7 years, because she's from my high school. That she got up and down on the roster. Now she's champion, double champion, which is great. But I want to see her on the main roster, maybe against Julia, for the United States Championship. Like I just ran in my GM mode a week ago, by the way, on my GM mode. Anyway, not the point. This match was good. I liked it a lot, and it looks like it might be Kelani and Jacy for the title, possibly. That's where it looks like it might be heading. So we'll see.
Well, I'm just gonna say, whenever Jacy does get called up to the main roster, Kiana James on her.
I want it to happen already, man. I want it to happen.
Except for being a speaking role for someone who does not speak a lot of English.
I'm going to give my thoughts here on this match. I'll sit here and say this for the first time ever. Jacy was wrong. She was wrong to think that what's her name? Jasmine Nix was on her side. This woman has betrayed her. And I saw this last week when she sat here and went out of her ways. Jasmine Nix, what are we talking about here? Jasmine Nix had to clean her belt. Okay, be a good friend. Do something. Jeffrey can sit here. Shout out to Jeffrey in the chat, because Jeffrey, shout out to you guys in the chat. You guys are fantastic. I won't say here too sweet, you guys. You guys are fantastic. But shout out to Jeffrey, because he hits me up. He sends me cat memes and stuff like that. He's great. But he also, when we were chatting, I was like, yeah, Fallon does stuff, and Jasmine, she stands there. She stands there. And now she's upset because she had a clean belt. And then she gets this match that Jacy's already overworking. She's doing Tuesday. She's doing Thursday. Now you're making her overwork. Pathetic. That's the kind. I love songs, right? The TLC song, What About Your Friends? She never heard that song. She never cared about that song. She don't care about she don't respect the lyrics. She don't care about that. Because if she did, she wouldn't have done something like that. And also, like Auntie Mary J. Blige said in 2001, no more drama. Ooh, she didn't do any of that. She didn't listen to any of that. And it's upsetting. It's very upsetting. Jasmine Nix, just right now, like if I had GM mode, I'm terrible at GM mode. I've played GM mode. I've lost to WCW, and WCW has been dead for 20-something years. Like what? So I don't do GM mode. It's terrible. That's why I take my anger out on Captain Planet, because I fucking hate you, and I fucking hate you, Scooby-Doo. But what's next, Sabrina Estella?
By the way, we should make
who's in the game? Who?
Should we make a Captain?
Oh no! I downloaded. I'm hitting with the octopus stretch. It's the greatest move ever. I don't know if you know this, Mad Dog, but I've once drowned an octopus. I've drowned an octopus, so I am very good at this stuff. But Sabrina Estella, what we got here next? Let's go. Because Jayne deserved better. I didn't like this. This team didn't protect her, and it's showing that it's jealousy. It reminds me of like if you ever look at Michelle Williams in Destiny's Child, she's already plotting to just decapitate or do something to Beyonce. Pay attention. I've seen it. I know when friends are going to betray each other. I know because I'm already always ready to betray my friends, except you guys. I like you guys. I want you to know that. Not you guys.
Thanks. I like you too.
Well, I mean,
You should. I'm great.
I do.
Quite a lot happened, and after the match, and I guess during the match, we had Masha Slamovich and by Elegance in the
But Sabrina Estella. Didn't Jacy beat her? Why is she there?
Twice, I think now, right?
Yeah, she dominated her. Like, why is she here? Like, why people who got dominated want an opportunity? Like, no, you don't deserve an opportunity. You deserve to, like, I don't know, do dishes or I don't know, like clean a fish's tail. I don't know, like do something.
You just
else.
want airtime. That's all it is. Everyone wants airtime all the time.
This is upsetting right now. I'm very upset right now. I might just, I might bear hug a bear right about now. I'm very heated. But what do you got here, Sabrina Stubb? Because right now my heart rate has increased to great maximum, and I don't know if that's good. What do we got here?
Well, we had a video package for Ricky versus Jasper Troy. We get a little bit of a video of Chelsea Green watching the match backstage with All Ego Ethan Page. And the match in question, Alba Fire versus Kendall Gray. And all I'm going to say is I hope that whoever makes the gear for Alba and Piper makes something that is not these ridiculous suit-looking things, which I know are trying to be her secret hermits and supposed to help their fellow agents or whatever for Miss Chelsea Green.
They're protecting the president, and that's Chelsea, right? Chelsea's supposed to be like the president, and that's who they're supposed to be protecting. I mean, that's what I got from it, right?
They can do that. But can they wear something that does not make me, that every time I look at them, I feel like I'm sweating off 10 pounds? Because I have seen people wrestle in actual suits, and I feel like I sweated off about 35 pounds every time I see them in the ring.
Yeah, the House of Glory guy actually wrestles in suits. I didn't know that.
Oh, you're talking about, I'm sorry. I can't think of his name. I know you're talking about. Like he was just
Charles Mason. I met him.
Yes,
he wrestles in suits.
MD, and shout
to wrestle in button ups and pants and stuff all the time, and he sent me pictures of some of his gear, and I'm just like, you must wear the
he's
white.
good. He's good.
I'm not talking about your guy. I'm talking about a different guy. Yeah. That guy knows.
Oh, there's another guy. I feel like that's a thing because you know who was kind of wearing not necessarily a suit, but like he would wear the pants. He looked like a hitman. Low key. Out here in HOG.
I talked about Mason. Yeah. The world champion out there. Yes.
Yeah, no, but there was another guy who was wearing.
There's two of them out there. Okay.
Yeah, there was another guy who was wearing low key. He used to wear tights and everything like that, but for a period of time. I feel like Sabrina, you were saying like you pretty much seen his in-ring stuff. Right?
Met him before before even knowing who he was, and I've seen pictures of some of the people that I know that have also worked with him at his school. And every time they would go to events,
oh wow, he has a school.
Wow, it's cool.
I didn't know he had a school. Where's he at? Is it out in Florida
or something like that? I don't want to put out the wrong information. And
no, that's fair. That's fair. That's cool.
Hear anything, but.
That's fair. I respect it. Cool.
But the match was fairly decent. Kendall held her own. Of course, Alba showed why she was the longest reigning NXT Women's UK champion.
Forever champion.
Sure. Over 600 days. And at some point, we do get a little help for her from, of course, her fellow Slajan and Piper. And Ethan does come out to check in on her, and Alba takes the win with the KLR bomb. If anybody knows what KLR stands for, you remember.
Kylie Ray or something.
And then after the match is said and done,
she's WWE ID champion. Shout out to her, by the way.
Makes his way in.
He appreciates
Kendall Gray.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But she is not his pick. Nah. His pick is the only woman in WWE history who has won an Olympic gold medal. Tyra May Steele picks up all ego Ethan Page with the waist lock, but he flips out like the snake he is and runs away. And he hits German suplexes on Alba Fire, Piper, and Tavion throws Ethan Page back in there, and she hits him with the suplex before celebrating.
You know, I feel like we did a show and because she was on that show, right? On
LFG. Yep.
She was on LFG. Okay.
She won LFG. Yep.
She won. Okay, cool.
Yes,
that was season 1.
She won the LFG championship belt.
I'm just
it was Team Undertaker, I believe.
Okay, no, cool. Thank you for that input here.
Of course.
I was just gonna say, like, I'm not super familiar with her. I know she had a match. I forgot who she fought that one time.
Ariana Grace.
Okay, thank you for that. I'm sorry. It was a few weeks ago, but forgive me. It's funny because wrestling's hilarious. What happened? Yeah, I was gonna say what happened 3 weeks ago. I can't tell you, but I could tell you 2002. Like, oh, SummerSlam. It opened with Rey Mysterio and Kurt Angle. What was the main event? Rock and Brock. Like, I can tell you those things. I can't tell you why my memory is like that. I can't explain it. But thank you guys for filling in the blanks for a lot of those things. I'm not super familiar with her, but I think this is a cool way to kind of to kind of introduce her to the brand, because she had that one match, but I feel like there's a lot of people who are like me who don't remember that. So this is a great way where she's a part of a mini feud and have her get familiar, get the fans to be familiar with her. So I think that's pretty cool.
Well, also the fact that one was a squash match, just to show Ariana Grace to be careful who she talks about.
Yeah, that was a squash match. I mean,
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, real quick, Sabrina Estella, because I know that my man's right here want to do news. How far are we to the main event? Because I want to make sure that my guy here gets his news in, but I just want to make sure that, time-wise, where are we at?
A couple quick things backstage, and then the main event.
Please take the floor, and then before the main event, Maddog got some news. So please, Sabrina, lead the way. And we see you guys in the chat.
Backstage, Jacy Jayne is berating Fallon.
Good. Good.
That was loud. That scared me.
And
MDBB, you see that? MD? Yes. No, MD. No, MD. No, MD. He's new here. MD, you see that? I want you to. You're upset too. Say you're upset, MD. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I want MD to know.
I think Jacy deserves better.
In the office with
see that muscle
Ash Elegance, personal assistant.
I did a push-up. I hate him.
So
I don't like him.
Ash Elegance, personal assistant with Ava.
I don't like him.
Tell Jacy.
I throw a penny at him.
That she's been on the phone with Santina Marella, and she's going to have to defend her TNA Knockouts championship, her champion belt, against both Masha and Ash.
Why? She beat these people.
Wait, Ash was Dana Brooke, right? Just to be clear, right?
Elegance
yes.
Next week.
Okay. I thought she looked familiar. I was like, why does she look so familiar to me?
Masha
there's Dana Brooke. That's why.
Are you talking about Ash? That was the former Dana Brooke.
Yeah. That's why. She
once upon a time,
I see you, MD. You're hilarious.
Be her protege. But anyways, we do get Chelsea Green whining at Ethan and Piper, and she's saying that she's got a migraine coming on.
Me too.
Their problems with the Olympians, and Chelsea wants to sign a peace treaty between Canada and the United States, and that Ethan has a connection in Parliament.
Chelsea's weak.
Wait a minute, isn't Chelsea from Canada? This story makes no sense. Isn't
Chelsea's weak. Chelsea's weak. We should not be signing anything. As Canadians, we are superior, so we shouldn't be signing anything. I'm very disappointed in Chelsea in this. I was upset. I immediately, I kid you not, when I saw this, I tripped over and fell in my tomato. This is terrible. What are you talking about? We don't give up. We're Canadians. We are the best. You know why? Because we have Bret Hart. I'm not going to say Drake. I'm not. I'm never saying Drake. Absolutely not. And don't you dare me to say Justin Bieber. No, you're not getting that out of me. Don't you say Justin Bieber. What do we got
You're
here?
not a believer. I believe this. I believe a believer.
I believe I have to pee. That's what I have to believe. I believe I have to pee right now.
A believer.
Yes,
a while before he turned into the bad boy phase that he got.
See, look,
Justin Bieber was normal at one point.
I am Canadian. I'm very Canadian. Yes,
wow, I didn't know this. That's cool.
Well, because you don't take time.
Or you just live there.
You know, Matt, I feel like I've revealed too much. I don't want to talk about my personal life.
Okay.
I am very Canadian. Know how Canadian I am? I inspired Degrassi. They asked me, "Hey, what do you think you should do?" And I said, "This." So thank you. No, not even thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. Not enough thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. You know, Beavers have apologized to me when they said, "Damn," and they said, "Oh, my bad." And I was like, so go ahead. I'm very Canadian. But please, Sabrina Estella, take the floor. I'm sorry. Maddog has been very rude this entire episode.
Well, I was about to
I'm sorry.
say that you wanted Matt to discuss news before the main event, and I already have the stuff pulled up for the main event, so Matt can discuss his news real quickly.
Maddog got some news. George, prove it, bad guy. Show us you're Canadian. Your sweater is nice. And I'm lying. So here, we're going to go into the news. Maddog, I think, where is your... I'm not going to lie. Your water... Yep.
I know we have
the water's right. No, I'm sorry. Sabrina's water or whatever she's drinking looks fantastic. I feel like I need to drink water. But we got news from Maddog, so stay here.
Hey guys, what's up?
Sorry about that. Allergies been killing me this time of year. Anyway, right. So I think somebody actually shouted this out in the chat. I think it was George earlier. So I want to give a shout out to him. But he actually broke one of my stories this week. He said Lola Vice did resign with WWE, and it was confirmed by PW Insider that she did resign with WWE. I like Lola Vice. I think she was on tonight's card. I don't know if we talked about that or not, but I think she was on tonight in a match. I don't remember when, but she was on a match.
She was.
Anyway, so happy, she resigned. The next thing we got. Okay. So we gotta bring this up. We gotta talk about this chat because somebody was wanted at SummerSlam. They didn't get this guy at SummerSlam. Everybody got pissed because he lost at SummerSlam. Then they dropped this guy's contract. And everyone's pissed about it now. And no one's pissed about it. And then our own EC was like, why does everybody like this guy? Karrion Kross and Scarlett are super over and have been over for the past, I would say, 72 hours ever since they dropped this contract. Yes, it's here, by the way. I have this news, blah, blah, blah. They got released, whatever. This is what I have to say. This is my little rant here. I got to do it. These guys got released. And they shouldn't have because these guys are great. We're a PG show, so I'm going to say they are just fantastic. That's the F word I'm going to use. And these guys are going to go to AEW, and they're going to cook over there because WWE did not know how to use Scarlett or Karrion Kross. But yeah, the WWE people are trying to wrap everything up and say, oh, no, we don't know if there was creative plans or not, blah, blah. So, whatever to them. But you know what? Karrion Kross, say his damn name because he is awesome. I always liked him. I thought he should have won at SummerSlam and they should have had him go on to a better feud with Sammy. No, they released this guy. So I'm really pissed about it. Anyway, moving on. Moving on before I have a meltdown here because I'm getting my blood boiling about Karrion Kross being released. Anyway, Naomi, there was a possible injury, something going on there, personal life. Something going on. She couldn't compete on Raw last night. We don't know why yet. I'll try and get updates next week. I hope she's okay. Going back to that show last night, EC and I did talk about how Naomi does possibly get hurt during these title runs, which is just really unfortunate because this title run's been awesome. I know I was at SummerSlam. I saw her retain. I have pictures of it, by the way, too. Speaking of, Brock Lesnar, John Cena. So Brock Lesnar showed up, by the way. PW Insider said Brock Lesnar came back. They flew him in to New Jersey. I was there for the reveal. It was pretty neat to see it live. But apparently him and Cena are going to be planned for September PLE going against AEW's pay-per-view, by the way. I believe it's called All Out. So these two are going to go head-to-head again against each other, by the way. So then going up here to my next story here, Samoa Joe. This one actually was a shout out by David Sanderson, actually the technician. Shout out to him. He sent me this story today, and I actually found it and ran with it here. Samoa Joe suffered a fractured ankle to filming the new Twisted Metal Season 2 show. Twisted Metal is a video game. Not many people familiar with it. And they just did a Season 1. Samoa Joe was in that, and apparently he got hurt. So our best wishes to him, by the way. The other thing, somebody asked this earlier. I don't know what you guys think, and this we can talk about after, right? Maybe whatever before we wrap up, about this whole ESPN buying the PLEs and this, that, and the other. Now, ESPN is actually interested in buying the library that WWE is trying to put on YouTube for free. So this is very interesting because ESPN's like, we have this here. We have a gold mine here. You guys have a treasure trove over there on Peacock. We want this. So I'm going to see how that, goes. And the last thing I got here is the success of SummerSlam 2 nights was amazing, by the way. Everyone knows that. They might be starting in 2027 doing 2 nights, Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank, every kind of PLE will be 2 nights. That's a big one. So, yeah, even War Games might even become a 2-night event starting in 27. So, that's all I got. Yeah.
Mad Dog, Gimme, shout out to you for the news and the stuff that you got here. Seriously, shout out to you. I've heard about the stuff about 2 nights. I'm not surprised that eventually we're going to get a 2-night Royal Rumble. I feel like we're going to get a 2-night Royal Rumble before we get Survivor Series. Yeah. I just think it's a bit much, man. Like, I've even heard something online where they're thinking about having so we already got 2 nights of WrestleMania, but there's supposed to be another night of WrestleMania. It just seemed like a bit much. Like, look, I mean, so next week, we're supposed to be getting like 3.
Yeah,
I don't, dude. I don't. Well, I can tell you why. It's money wise. It's money wise. Listen, they're making so much money to the point where they're just like, sure. What
becoming the worst thing that WWE has decided to partner with since having Prime.
Yeah.
No, I do sit here and say this. When you was talking about the ESPN stuff, and I was access, I want to give a shout out to one Patrick Phil Nelson. He used to be here for Popular View. He's great. He's fantastic. Shout out to him. He asked me, hey, how do you think about this ESPN stuff? And I don't know a whole lot about this thing, but all I can sit here and say is business-wise, it's great for the company. It's fantastic. Yeah. But as the consumer, that sucks, especially when you've already been spending $7.99. And it's crazy because had Peacock for the last few years, I don't even think about the pricing of everything. But it was $7.99. Now it's going to go $10.99. But think about that.
$10.99, and now they're going to apparently move everything to ESPN. I'm not paying $30 for something that I'm only going to watch about once a month.
Yeah,
that's absolutely ridiculous. I would probably rather pay for an AEW pay-per-view, which average to about $40 to $50 some every single time.
I have not bought a pay-per-view in so long. So when you say it's $40, $50, like I'm already saying, man, that's a lot. But even then, you're like, man, that's not even that much because. Once again, when you're on, like I use Peacock, I kid you not, guys. I have Netflix. I didn't even realize that Netflix had a lower tier. And I know that sounds silly, but like, like it's $7.99. That's the lowest tier, right? I pay for the cheapest one. But my point is, I use Netflix just for Raw. Sometimes I'm like, there's other shows, but I don't watch. My point is, I only use Netflix for wrestling. That's all I use.
You haven't seen the new show, the Unreals they did, by the way, that puts over Triple H a lot.
I have not. I do want to check that out at some point, but I have not. I have not watched that episode.
It puts spoiler alert. Triple H is in it a lot. It's got big ego.
I mean, I do want to sit here and say I don't mean to, because I feel like it's a part of the whole Unpopular Review universe and stuff. We did a review on the King of the Ring 1998 on the Big Pop Theory podcast, and I kid you not, as you said, Triple H is over. there was a DX match. It was X-Pac and then the New Age Outlaws, and then Triple H, who was not even wrestling on the show, was there. And I said, this is way too much DX. So hearing you say this makes me have flashbacks, because as a kid growing up, I was a WCW kid growing up, so I loved NWO. So I understand if people hated the NWO, but I loved it. But when I saw all this DX, I said, oh my God, this is way too much DX for me. This is ridiculous. So I can imagine you guys who did not like NWO growing up and thinking it was much. But I think it's business-wise, it's smart for them because they're making a lot of money. But I just think at the same time, as the consumer and someone who's watching, it sucks. It sucks a lot. It sucks. It sucks hippo titty. And I don't even know if hippos have that. I'm going to Google that. I'm not going to Google that. George, Google that for me, because I don't want my search engine.
Yeah, I know I usually look stuff up to tell you, but I'm not going to Google that.
I don't blame you. George, George, do it. No, I want George to do it because I want his search history to look weird, not mine. But go ahead. What do we have next here?
I'm just going to say this. This is like the 4th or 5th time that Triple H has decided, someone's getting over, even though it's not the way that we originally planned. Let's let them go like we used to before. Really? The people have been.
What did you swear?
A long time since he's been back. And now that he's finally getting over, the people. His shirt was the 3rd most bought on the WWE website at one point.
We're talking about Cross, right? We're going back to Cross.
Go. For what reason? Because they have no creative idea.
Right.
Y'all kept LA Knight still. And when was the last time he got a big pop?
My mother did. Oh, the last for Karen Cross. I'm sorry.
He got a pop last night, but it wasn't his biggest Cross.
But he hasn't gotten a big pop for a while, and he's still there.
Yeah.
And
Karen him in the match at Clash.
And y'all couldn't let him win one match at SummerSlam?
And shout out to Jeffrey says
I wasn't on that show. That's what's funny.
I wanted to
elimination change last year.
I wanted to give a shout out to Jeffrey because he's saying thank God I have ESPN built in my not that's the thing, and good for you. I'm not even trying to be funny, but not a lot of people have that, is what I was trying to get at. That's all I was trying to get at, because a lot of people, they're worried, but there's obviously a deal if you have it on your cable, if you have cable, but not everyone has cable. I know I don't have cable. Matter of fact, when I watch NXT, I want to give a shout out because I shared the YouTube account with 2 lovely individuals, but that's the only way I can watch NXT, especially when I'm reviewing it on a Tuesday night, because I would have to watch it the next day on the CW app. So,
and I just have to say this, Matt, I love you to pieces. But Karen Cross and Scarlett I don't think they're going to be going over to the other product. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Will.
I don't.
Definitely will. Oh, they definitely will.
So
definitely will. There's opportunity.
Most of them coming to TNA. That still wind up working with WWE. So even if they got to go, they're still going to be working.
And honestly, and if I can just. If I can, and I'm glad that you mentioned this up.
We got our truth back. If we can do our truth, can we get Cross back? I'm hoping.
It's definitely a possibility. I don't think that's out of the realms of possibility. But if it's really, really done, and he's not going back to WWE, I don't see why it's a problem for him to go to TNA. I don't think AEW would know what to do with him. I think if he goes to TNA. Yeah, I think him going to, and I see what Jeffrey's saying. He said, "No, let them go back to." I think him and TNA, and I know he had a run there. I'm just not super familiar with that. I can't talk intelligently about that. But I think he would do better in TNA, and I think also too, why not let him go back? Because I feel like before he went back to WWE, he did stuff with MLW. So let him run around the Indies for a bit. Let him do some things and be a big. A priority. I mean, I think so. Here's the thing: when people talk about Karrion Kross, I can't tell you what people like about him, but one of the things I got out of this is that I think people genuinely just wanted to root for him because he just seemed like a really good person. Think about a lot of people that you have liked in wrestling, right? And there's people who have, oh, this guy seems so cool, but they were just, you hear these terrible stories about him. I can't tell you a terrible story about Karrion Kross. And I think people just root for him. If I can use as an example here, oh my God, I'm blanking on his name here. It's so terrible. What's the guy named Omos? Omos is not my favorite wrestler, but I root for him and hope everything goes well for him. I listened to an interview with him and I said, man, and I understand that doesn't always go for everybody where it's just like, oh, he's just a good dude and put the championship. I'm not even saying all that. I'm just simply saying, hey, he's a good dude. I hope that he makes it in this thing called wrestling because it's his dream. And I think that's all it is to it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you like, oh, people like him because of his match and all that stuff. And I know people don't want to hear that, but that's just what I think. Point blank. So I hope the best for him. I don't know what's next for him and his wife, but whatever he does, I'm rooting for him. So hope the best for you, Karrion Kross. That's all I got.
Anyways, we had the.
Thank you for that.
We had the 8-man tag team chaos buffoonery shenanigan Metropolis for the main event, with about 5 or 6 of these men in the match, all being men of color. Maybe almost everybody, except for Cutler James.
He was also on LFG. Fun fact, by the way, till they pulled him off because they need him for Dark State. That is true.
Wait, he was he was in LFG?
He was on LFG and they pulled him off because they need him for Dark State. So they put BJ Ray back in the show. Yeah, that's what they did. They put BJ Ray back in the show and they took Cutler out.
Holy
They kicked Cutler off because they needed Cutler for Dark State.
Hold on, real quick before we go any further. Shout out to Maddog. We have got Sabrina Estella. We were doing well, just me and you. But Maddog here, we have really took. I mean, AEW have nothing on us right about now. I mean, what segment did they got? This guy. Did you know that? I didn't know that. I don't know shit. I just knew 1 + 1 is 2. I thought it was 5.
Surprise!
Oh. Go ahead, Sabrina Estella, because I am amazed.
Well, you'll be doing a lot of that next week when we celebrate your birthday. But
Sabrina, I'm not gonna lie, I might be pretty high on this show. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen next week. There's no promises.
A couple ideas what's gonna happen, and that involves waking up your mother, Mr. Cat. But anyways,
where's Mr. Cat? No, because he woke me up from my sleep. Matter of fact, I have a video of him. Hold on. I have a video. Hold on. Wait. Here's a video. I'm so upset. I have a video for him, Mr. Cat. Mr. Cat, I don't know where he's at, but here we go.
I need you to understand right now, Jacy's on the air, and you're sleeping. I need you to wake up. Do you hear me, Mr. Cat? Don't turn your eyes like that. Don't do that to me. Jacy Jayne is on the air. Are you up? Good.
Good. No, because he wakes me up. He wakes me up 4 a.m. I be asleep, and he wants to be cuddling, but I want to sleep 4 or 5 a.m, and he wants to. And I said, because I think it's a car, and there's a cat. He wakes me up, and I wake him up too. But I love him. Where's my son? Sabrina's still talking. I gotta get my son. Where's my son? Go ahead.
Anyways. This was balls to the wall insanity from the very get-go. Yeah. It started with Javon and Shaquan eventually being the ones to start it off. There it is.
Here's my son. Say hi, son.
Hi, Mr.
Good.
Cat.
Now get out of here.
Mr.
I have
Cat.
to work.
This match was just insanity at its finest. It was just like, you know how in those movies where there's the 2 gangs that are fighting, most of them happen to be people of color, and there's about at least 1 or 2 white men in both sides for diversity reasons. This match felt like. And I have no words. This was just chaos at its finest. I literally had nothing to say. But with Javon being the smallest of the 4 of them, Dark State wins with the 4-man tossing powerbomb on the poor boy. And after the match is over, Hang and Tank come out to attack their challengers for Heatwave. And they start brawling in the ring. And the show ends there.
I'm sorry,
because there was just a lot happening. I can't even put it all into everything that happened because there's just so much.
I'm sorry, my heart rate is trying to balance itself. Mad Dogs, hit the floor.
Yeah, I'll try to. I'm trying to get my composure here, but What a interesting main event we had with a lot of different components we had. If you break this down, this was a solid main event, but this was also a one-sided main event that felt kind of just, I don't know, lopsided, if you will, but it all ends in chaos. And this does make me question. Here you go. This one's for you, bad guy. Ava Rain's management material for not keeping everybody in check after the match. Maybe I should give my vote to Nick Aldis for, but then again, Nick Aldis gave the belt to Cody Rhodes. I wanted John Cena to win that match. So maybe I should give it to Adam Pearce in the Slammy Awards.
I think you should
maybe I'll give it to the exempt defunct Tyler Breeze, by the way, who also is somewhere around WWE. I don't even know, but he wasn't.
Tyler Breeze is a great pick. I do respect that. That's good. That's good. That's good.
I use him a lot in mine, by the way, because he got that quick recovery card. Can't beat that. Anyway, like I said though, interesting main event. Everyone beats each other up at the end. I don't know. There's a lot of confusion, like Wrestling Doll said. So it's where it is. A lot of confusion. Let's see what happens next weekend going into Heat Wave.
I'm sorry. He's licking himself in my bed, and I think that's so rude, very rude.
He's giving himself a bath.
Okay, so if I lick myself, is everyone going to be okay with that?
Well, I mean, we people don't do that. Cats do that because their tongues are cleaner than ours, technically.
They do that, according to Google.
Oh,
I've seen it happen, and I've had cats, so I know.
But he's licking. Okay. This match was fine. Because
they don't need to get bathed as much as we do, and that's just their own natural way of doing it. So,
no, carry on. I'm just eyeballing him, but I'm all in. Listen. I mean, this was a great way. I'm sorry. I'm just being so super silly on here and try to add a little theatrics there, but fine, whatever. I thought Javon was going to actually get the dub. Matter of fact, we went to chat a little bit. I want to say 5 minutes before the ending of the match, when both me and Sabrina Estella, I was like, oh, I didn't expect that. But I've seen this as being a way to get Dark State. Everyone is not wanting me to lick myself. Okay, fine. I'm not going to do it. You guys are just so rude to me. But I just see this as a way to put some State into Dark State, not trying to be funny. Honestly, I think Dark State is going to be the ones to take the tag titles off of Hank and Tank. I think this is what this is.
A big possibility.
Yeah, I see that as a strong possibility. I mean, I feel like we're going to have a prediction show next week because
we are. I'll make sure I get all the matches together in your.
I mean, if we're doing a prediction show, because I feel like it'll be because if we do a solo prediction show, I'm for it. But I usually they let us have it here, but we'll talk about it, between all of us and stuff like that. But yeah, I just
talk to you guys about that after we get off the air.
I do appreciate
that too.
MD has officially become my best friend because I said please, but Jeffrey's a mean, good best friend. So MD, you got to be number 2. I don't know what your taco stance is, so I need to know what tacos you like, MD. I think you're a great dude and whatnot, but Jeffrey has let me know what kind of tacos he likes. So I need to know what tacos you like so I know how to. I miss MySpace because I used to rank my friends just to let them know. I had to put them in their place, and now I can't do that anymore. I might make a MySpace account. Maddog, do you know what MySpace is?
I do, and I wasn't old enough to make one, so I lied about my age.
So your ages, because right now I feel like you called me old. I'm not old enough. What the hell is that, Maddog?
I mean, like I said, I don't know who Captain whoever was. Recycler, did you call him right?
Captain Recycling.
Yeah, right. That was his name, right? No. Captain Planet, was it right? It was
Sabrina, right now. No, I don't. I can't look at this young man. Sabrina, take the. I can't look at this young man. No, I can't look at him right now. Right now, I'm about to sing. I am this generation's Nas, and I feel like I'm being disrespected. Sabrina Estella, take the. You know who Nas is, right?
Yes, I know who that is.
Thank you. Mad Dog, this is your not Mad Dog. I'm sorry, MD. This is your guy, right? See, look, Captain Planet. See, he knows. But Sabrina, take us home because I will keep.
I said the second time.
You okay? Oh, she said he like real American tacos, Mexican people tacos. Mexican. There's a if you go to a truck, they make fantastic tacos. I just want to say that. But Sabrina Estella, if was there anything else on the card
He
here?
does that, by the way. He makes tacos out of a truck.
No, there wasn't anything else on the card. All I know is I feel like every time I go to wrestling shows and I ask the wrestlers how old they are, and most of them are younger than I am and doing it for longer, and I'm just like, I feel old now.
Sabrina Estella, let me tell you. Let me tell you. So I'll be 37 next week, God willing, right? I remember there's a store not too far from my job. They changed it. It used to be a Blockbuster many years ago. I've been working at the same job for 17 years. And I went to the store to buy something. I said, hey, this used to be a Blockbuster. You know what that young lady said to me? She said, what is a block? I felt like turning to dust. I couldn't even fucking believe that. I mean, I wanted to hit someone with a Hoovy driver. Not her, because it's not her fault, but maybe her parents. I don't know. I wanted to hit someone. Good Chris in the chat says he's 37. Good for you. Good Chris in the chat. He says he's 37. God bless you. I know George is not 37. He's like 58. I know he was around when the Honeymooners were shooting live. So shout out to George Lewis, who was around when the Honeymooners was shooting live in the 1950s. Oh, I'm done. I'm sorry. I was on fire tonight, but I'm done. What's next?
No, that was the main event, and that was everything. And I was watching a content creator who is very well known for making videos talking about how stuff was like in the 2000s and a little bit of the 90s. And she posted that she was at a 90s museum.
What? 90s museum?
A 90s museum. And it even showed a Blockbuster with VHS tapes and everything. Matt, do you know what a VHS tape is?
Yeah, yes. I actually trying to sell a bunch on eBay, by the way. You guys need them. I have, by the way. I have a ton of them.
At least you do know what a VHS tape is. Otherwise, I was going to feel ancient.
No, I was getting ready to hit someone with a transmission because there's no way. Like, how do you not know what that is?
I know.
It's amazing. It's amazing because, like, when I remember Sabrina.
Yeah, you guys want some? I have a whole box.
They're older than them, and I'm like,
great, man.
You know, I'm old enough to have know what VHS is, and I remember my parents. They I don't know, for whatever reason, they got me the Pinocchio VHS, and I was like, this is like the worst Disney movie ever. Like, and it really is. Who likes Pinocchio? Let's be real. No one likes Pinocchio. It's terrible. It's awful. But as a kid,
Actually,
as a kid, I thought that
the remake wasn't bad.
I wanted to
it when you're younger.
I wanted to kick Pinocchio in the dick, and I don't even think he had one. But like, I remember watching this back, and like as an adult now, it creeps me out. Like, they turn them into donkeys because these kids are bad. I think one of the kids was just smoking, and I was like, yo, my parents would have killed me if I was smoking a cigar. But anyway,
when that movie was made, stories were very different.
That's true. But
yeah, man, I mean, look at Alice in Wonderland, another messed up movie. Great movie, by the way. I did book report.
That was not as messed up as Pinocchio. Like,
after reading both books. Oh yeah,
Alice drinking and getting bigger. Sometimes that's actually a real syndrome. That sometimes people can feel like they're getting bigger than the space that they're in or shrinking. It's a real thing.
Really? I didn't know that. Yeah.
Names from the Alice in Wonderland book.
I gotta look that up. I'm laughing because MD was saying his nose was. I'm not gonna repeat it, but he's saying it was definitely a part. But like, with all that said, that is the NXT review show. I'm gonna thank you guys for being in the chat. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys join us next week because it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be the birthday celebration. It's the taco extravaganza, and I hope you guys join, because my birthday is next week, and I want to celebrate with you guys next Tuesday. Sabrina Estella, we have shows here on Unpopular View. There's so much great shows. I talk a lot of nonsense here, but we have great content here, right, Sabrina Estella? So what we have going on Monday, obviously on Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on and so on. So I'll help you out here. And MD is such a big fan there. I want to make sure that you get this, Mad Dog, because he's a big fan of you. He says W for the Mad Dog. So shout out to you, Mad Dog. I mean, you are giving us the dub here. So we're going to throw the dub up here. But I'm going to do this right here because we're the undisputed trio. But one, Sabrina Estella, what do we have here going on show-wise?
Well, we do have the Monday Night Raw review show that happens after Raw goes off the air with EC, Big Daddy Cool, and sometimes Steamy Willie Beeman. Then you have NX Tuesdays with the NX Trio.
That's us.
It is big, and it can make an appearance then. This one makes an appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Then, like I said, NXT
awesome, by the way. These two up there.
We also have All Elite Heat with Cactus Katie and Venomous Vinny. And Sheriff sometimes, I guess. I don't know
Yeah. It's a surprise.
I think she's gonna be on this week. I think she.
I believe
I'm
so.
not sure. I don't think she was on last week, but she should be on this week.
Oh, she was great. On last week too. The trio was back. Yeah.
Last week they were back. Good.
I think they're back this week. I'll text Katie and ask her. They always ask her.
No. And we do have prediction shows before the actual PLEs coming to fruition.
And pay-per-views for AEW too, the other company.
That's the PLE is supposed to
be. We're doing one next week. Me and Vinny doing the what's it called? Forbidden as EC calls it Forbidden Door, but really it's called Forbidden Door. That's the real, the pay-per-view name. So.
Well, the executive consultant has no respect for anything. But go ahead.
And we have the SmackDown Penitentiary discussing all things SmackDown from Friday nights on Sundays with the wardens of the Z Asylum and Vic the Mark.
I just want to say real quick because George is saying he's watching us through his Roku TV. I'm sorry, apologies, because I have a Roku TV as well. So thank you, George, for continuing to be here with us. I know, I talk shit in the chat and everything, but I always hope that you guys know it's all for fun and games. So thank you for George for being here. Jeffrey said the theme should be NXT Review presents Grand Slam. No, we're going to review it some kind of way, but I do want to celebrate it with you guys if you guys are for it. He says, good Chris and Jess says W for Sabrina, myself, and Maddog. George says W for you, one Sabrina Estella. I do appreciate the early happy birthday. Thank you, good Chris, in the chat. We got Maddog. He says W for Maddog. Thank you guys for Bitten Dog. Yes. Yes, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Good Christian chat says they're pay-per-views now. Well, AEW don't call theirs
pay-per-views. Yeah.
I'm just using the modernized, politically correct term, so to speak, just so people don't be like it's a PLE, not a PV, not a PPV, which I still call it pay-per-views because I'm paying to view it.
There you go.
Yeah. Going back to what next year, you're gonna have to call it a pay-per-view again because you're paying $30. And I wonder if that's for both nights.
Well, unless you get the Disney Plus deal that gives you ESPN.
I gotta look at that because I was there's so much that I don't know about this thing, but I did hear about the Disney stuff.
Will no longer be a thing next year.
I heard. Yeah.
All the stuff.
Well,
Hulu's going over Disney Plus.
They've kind of already started that because I have a Disney Plus account. I feel like I've canceled my Hulu because I don't really watch Hulu. But when I go on Disney Plus, I've been interested in watching what's the show? King of the Hill or whatever it's called, right?
Yeah. They just brought it back.
Yeah, they brought it back, but I see it on Disney Plus. So I feel like they've already made that transition, but slowly. But it's
Family
supposed to go
on
out
there too now, by the way. Family Guy's also on Disney Plus now too.
Who? I'm sorry, who?
Family Guy? Family Guy?
I love Family Guy, especially the first 4 seasons. Everything else after is kind of But
Family Guy's on Disney Plus now, which is just crazy to me.
I love watching that show.
Simpsons too, by the way. Simpsons also on Disney Plus.
Oh, give me the early seasons of Simpsons. Give me the Simpsons where it looked like they didn't even know what they were doing drawing wise. But
Futurama's also on Disney Plus as well now. Futurama. I didn't think that was coming back, and that came back. So there you go.
We got a lot
of guys from that, by the way. Comic-Con.
But with that said, because we're gonna wrap it up. But Sabrina Estella, I know you have content, so why don't you tell the people what kind of content that you have going on your YouTube?
I have my YouTube channel, The Unofficial Camera Woman, where I go up at Central Florida and occasionally South to record wrestling matches and put them up on the air. I made some stuff public not that long ago. I've got some more matches that'll be coming out in the future, I just don't make them public right away so I don't get in trouble with the companies that I go to because I still want to go.
I love that for you. So
That's
please
fair.
follow
That's
her.
fair.
Please follow her channel. There's a link in there and
But
stuff like
somebody's
that.
got to do it. These companies
I
don't put the
follow.
bait
I
out
follow.
either
follow.
soon enough or at all.
I love that for you. So fantastic. And something that we're trying to do at the Big Pop Theory podcast is use our YouTube channel. Shout out to you because you've done a fantastic job on your YouTube channel. We are trying to use the YouTube channel for retro review shows. So we just reviewed The King of the Ring on Sunday. And I would have loved for it to have been on King of the Ring 1998. I'm sorry, I should have been clear. It should have been today, but I'm a procrastinator, so forgive me for that. So it's going to be up tomorrow around 12ish, I think like 12:10. So, you can hear our thoughts about it. It's an old pay-per-view. I mean, they've talked about King of the Ring 1998 so many times, but we're going to give our thoughts, and we're going to continue doing this thing about reviewing stuff. So today, I didn't finish. I got to finish that. We're going to be reviewing NXT Brooklyn, Takeover Brooklyn from 10 years ago. That was a fun show. And we should have that up by next Tuesday. And we're still going to do audio stuff. It's just the summertime. My co-host and myself, we just want to enjoy the summertime. My co-host, shout out to one Shay Sawyer. She went to the movies to go see Superman and Fantastic Four. Myself, next week is my birthday, so I'm probably not going to be doing anything really podcast-wise. So you won't see my face. But
well, you'll be here. I mean, I'll see your face here on this show.
I'm glad that you want to see my face because I saw my mother.
It's your birthday celebration. Of course, I want to see your face. I want to celebrate your birthday with one of my best buddies. And mentors, by the way, mentor to me. You are as well. He's crying over there, so.
I'm doing everything not to cry. Damn it! No, Sabrina, take over. I can't take this emotion. I can't take.
Well, we thank everybody for watching our product and for Matt for inadvertently making the Great Grand Slam Pooba have a waterfall come down his face. And there's Mr.
Cat.
Okay.
And with that, we wish you all a good night, and we will love you all.
He didn't want to take over. He's too shy. He don't know what to do. Stop cleaning yourself on my bed. Okay, let's go home. I'm done.
Well, we are going home, so we wish you all a good night.
Oh, I gotta hit the end. Okay, bye guys.